Good evening. This is HorseRacingNation.com handicapper Jared Horak, and welcome to my 2014 Kentucky Derby Contender video series. Each week we're going to profile a different horse in this video series, and we're going to kick off the series with Midnight Hawk for trainer Bob Baffert. He's running in Saturday's Grade 2 Robert Lewis Stakes at Santa Anita Park, and he looks like a solid Kentucky Derby contender at this point. 2 for 2 lifetime. He began his career 7.5 furlongs at Hollywood Park. He won that race nicely, and he had the blinkers on that day. Now, the second career start, Bob Baffert thought he was a little too aggressive in his first start. He ran in the second start in the Grade 3 Sham Stakes against 3 rivals. They took the blinkers off, hoping that he would relax a little bit and be able to go on and run longer. He ended up getting in a good speed duel with Christo, a highly regarded John Sadler runner. They battled throughout. He was able to put away Christo in the stretch, and he edged away late. Now, he kind of lost focus. He was looking around in the stretch. But it was only a second career start, so you figure he didn't have a lot of experience, and he needs to keep getting these races so he gets more experience. He has a lot of raw talent. He's fast. He just needs to be able to relax, distribute his energy in a better fashion if he expects to continue to develop and run in these longer races. I like the distance progression, 7.5 furlongs in the debut, 8 furlongs second time out, 8.5 furlongs for the Robert Lewis Stakes. If all goes well, he's probably going to run in the Santa Anita Derby at 9 furlongs after that. And then, obviously, the Kentucky Derby's 10 furlongs. So each time he'll run in a longer race if he continues to go and win these races and get on this nice pattern for trainer Bob Baffert. Now, Bob Baffert's had a lot of success in Triple Crown prep races and in the Triple Crown races themselves. This horse, I'm not sure how far he wants to go. He's the son of Midnight Loot. He has more speed than stamina influences in his pedigree. And I did do a pedigree profile on this one in my Kentucky Derby Contenders blog a few weeks ago. If you go over to horseracingNation.wordpress.com, you can look at all of my Kentucky Derby Contender blogs. I've been doing them since last September, and now each week this year I've been updating my top 11. Midnight Hawk is definitely one of my contenders. I think he sits 7th on my list right now, and he can move up the ladder if he runs well in that Robert Lewis Stakes Saturday. He's going to get tested. He only faced 3 rivals last time. He's going to face Candy Boy for John Sadler, the Cash Call Futurity runner-up. He finished second to Shared Belief that day. He has a lot of talent, and I would expect that he's going to be running late. So you have Midnight Hawk up on the pace early, and you're going to have Candy Boy running on late. As for Midnight Hawk, again, we don't know how far he wants to go, but he should not have any problem with a mile and a 16th. He's going to be right there throughout. I think he's the best of the speed horses. He'll put away all the other speed, and then he's going to have to hold off Candy Boy in the late going. And if he does that, he'll move on to the next race. Probably for him, it'll be the Santa Anita Derby in April. And if all goes well, the Kentucky Derby, hopefully, in the first Saturday in May. If you go over to HorseRacingNation.com, you can see all the top Kentucky Derby contenders. And as I mentioned, if you go over to HorseRacingNation.wordpress.com, you'll see all of my Kentucky Derby contenders video blogs, which you'll see at Horse Racing Nation as well. And then you also see my written blogs where I have my top 11 that I update every week. In next week's horse, probably the Southwest Stakes is next week, so we're probably going to profile a strong mandate for trainer D. Wayne Lucas. He's right up there. He's one of my top contenders as well. Until next week, good luck at the races.